Something's alive in me. Something keeps driving me. And it keeps right on surprising me. And I say, it ain't me. And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
God, got something to tell you. I think about when I lost half of my leg. I think about the crate that left 40,000 dead. I think about the troops coming home from the east. I think about taking a mark and worshiping the beast.
Happy Easter to all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to 44 Million ENT Live Truth Talk Radio. Hey, happy Easter. Y'all enjoy the show. Y'all be good. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, y'all please like, share, and subscribe to 44 Million ENT Truth Talk Radio. Y'all be good. Enjoy the show.
And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Sometimes I don't make the right choice. You know my mama said she hear it in my voice. I'm just a brother with a plan and a purpose. So my hands get sweaty when I'm nervous. Got some good people standing in my circle. Family matters, got some folk that'll hurt you. Or maybe even help you. It's showing love for the bros, cause the blood be shelter. And it came with a sacrifice. At a time when the people of the world wasn't living right. Now it's even worse than it ever was. When I see my kids, I'ma get a hug.
And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Is that you, God? I hope so. Now listen, it's morning and the prodigal sun is shining. I yawn and stretch and get dressed for some mountain climbing. I wear it well, but this is not by my designing. The inevitable has impeccable timing. And if you left it up to me, I'd say never. Only God could have brought us back together. And all I say is I obey, you see. That family tree is tatted on my back forever. And I feel purpose. The Salvation Army's at your service. Act like you heard it, cause our only challenge is balance. But I believe that the will of God is perfect. Now let's go.
And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Look at the way he dress, look at the way he talk. My whole attitude is mine and it's so out. Give or write the scripture, hope you get the picture. It gives me the answers to my different issues. Life is pain, we can conversate and bring the light over and over. The bills keep coming, right? The devil's gonna test you, but really no pressure. Just believe, have faith, and he'll direct you. Diamonds and dollar signs, they on my red slippers. Money maker in my time, happy hour tipper. Synchronize my rhymes just to help the crime rate. Hope my words change your life, help my people say.
And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
And I can't see, is that you, God? I can't see, and it sure ain't me, is that you, God? Yeah. Yeah. Man, oh man. Got a lot going on out here in the world. Hey, I pray that all are safe in your habitats. in your surroundings. We get started with the show today. Before we get into it, I'm always gonna give homage to God, and we'll open this show with a small prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed would be thy name, thy kingdom come. Let thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into no temptation, but deliver us from all sin and evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Greetings to all ethnicities, all genders, all creeds, all nationalities, all religions. We'll get into that. All just everybody, man. I'm just so blessed and so happy to be here and to have another opportunity to speak to the people. Yeah, so we'll get right off into it today. And we're going to go with this theme, Happy Easter. Right? We're gonna look and we're gonna dig into it a little bit today. Happy Easter. We're gonna look at those two words and we're gonna try to figure out what is Happy Easter. You know what I mean? We're gonna dig into that. But before we get started into that, I want to first of all just remind everyone to stay safe. I know this COVID-19 is real and is out there. Okay, so we'll get into all of that too in today's show. But just stay safe as you can. Don't try to say you're bigger than life and things of that nature, because you don't know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? We all have our theories, we all have our speculations, or whatever the case may be. But take it seriously, people. Okay? So, with that being said, I just want to get the show started off, man, and just want people to know this is what it's about. Happy Easter. This is Give Back Day here at 44MillionENT. I mean, there's been some people out there in this world that's been inspirational to me, personally, and some people that I've never met before. So, I mean, I just want to, just take the time today while we doing Happy Easter, and we're going to break down those two words today too. But I want to get off into this, man, and I explain this after I play this. But, man, one of these young brothers, man, he's out here, he grinding, he doing his thing, and, we all at home now, so I was scrolling through, and I've been a subscriber to this brother for a while now, and he did a track that, man, hey, I'm going to let it speak for itself. I'm doing something else, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give back here at 44MillionENT. I'm going to declare that as my Easter, my resurrection. You know what I mean? We're going to give back. So, with no further ado, hey, this is Math on the beat, man. Hey, I hope y'all enjoy. I'm going to give y'all a little snippet of this and let the brother talk to y'all, man. He doing this thing. Math. Y'all didn't know? Y'all didn't know this is Henry Ali's show? Nah, bro, I'm just clowning. Hey, this brother got talent, man. I'm gonna let him go on with it. liking that right there. I'm liking that. Hey, big shouts out to Math on the beat, man. Hey, y'all go check him out, man. That's Math on the beats, man. Check him out on YouTube. That's Math on the beats. And I explained to y'all why I played that right there. You know, I contemplated, being that, true story, I never met the brother, and I heard this beat, right? And you know how most of us, when we fans of music, we fanatics, So I sent the brother a message and basically told him that, bro, you need to get this in Boosie and Weber hands, fast. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt the song. I felt I could hear Boosie and Weber, rapping on the song or whatever, right? And, true story. And I sit there and I was like, well, man, this brother ain't hit me back. Whatever. And lo and behold, man, the brother hit me back. And people might take this as, man, whatever, but I really don't care. But the brother hit me back with something real simple. And it was a strong arm and a 100. And he liked my comment. You know what I mean? And it's like this brother has, over 14,000 subscribers. And I tell all of the 83 that I got over here, 44, and whoever else might listen, man, go check him out. Especially if you some type of artist or something like that and you're inspiring to do music. You know what I mean? I would endorse that brother just simply for the fact that, his endorsement of me was just a strong arm and a 100. You know what I'm saying? That basically, inspired me to, to go ahead and say, well, play the brother's music over your show, and really show giving back. You know what I mean? Like, show giving back. Don't just talk about it, bro. Show it. So, big shouts out to Math on the Beats. Y'all go check him out. I haven't had a personal contact with him, but I would reach out to him, Math. If you get this broadcast, brother, reach out to me, and I'll make sure that I can help you in any way that I possibly can. All right? That's a part of what today's show is about. Giving back. Right? When we look at Easter, right? Let's look at Easter and let's look at the words and let's look at the essence of the words, right? So, we got a little time on our hands. So, me being nosy, I go and look up Happy Easter, right? And the first word I look up happy, right? Happy says feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. Definition 2 is saying fortunate and convenient, right? So, in looking at the word happy, I'm I'm one of them cats, man, to where I like to look at stuff in the fullness thereof, right? So when I look at happy, and before I read the definition, I was taught in school to look at the enunciation. I guess y'all say the two brackets, and then the word inside of the brackets, it shows you the enunciation of words and how they're pronounced, right? And I struggled with one today too, so y'all gonna laugh at me. But anyway, happy. When you look at the word happy and you look at how it's pronounced, you look at the word, it has HAP with a E with a line over it, which means that's a long E. So you saying happy, right? So in looking at that, it gets me to be inquisitive. I say, well, if happy, is not pronounced the way that it's spelled, then let me look at Easter, right? So I look up Easter, right? And being that this is what today is, it's Easter. So I say, what other time is it better to look into this, right? So I looked up Easter, and Easter says the most important and oldest festival of the Christian church, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and held in parentheses in the Western Church, close parentheses, between March 21st and April 25th on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the northern spring equinox. Right? So I know y'all like, that's a lot, Ali. What the hell you trying to get at? All right, so check this out. So when I looked at Easter, right, and you look at Easter and you look at its annunciation, and you look at the word basically in the brackets, it then shows you the annunciation of it. You have a E, a long E, a S, right, T, a upside down E, and an R. So the upside down E basically represents a shortness, right? So in looking this up, and I'm looking at the word Easter and how its annunciation is spelled, and it has an upside down E in it, it only makes me think and wonder, maybe Easter itself has been flipped upside down, right? So with that being said, earlier this week I put a post on Instagram, and thank all of you for listening to Alexa, because that shocked me too. But I put another post up, and I was basically asking, do bunny rabbits lay eggs? So if you didn't get that post, I'll read it for you right now. It says, specifically, the fact that rabbits do not lay eggs allow us to clear this up. No, bunnies do not lay eggs. As placental mammals, rabbits develop embryos inside a uterus, and after a pregnancy lasting about 31 to 33 days, give birth to a litter of often 12 or more bunnies. So I'm trying to understand, Happy Easter. What is the purpose for us relating a bunny rabbit in the laying of eggs? How do we correlate the resurrection? Now, this is it says a festival of the Christian church celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, in my learning and my understanding, I was taught that Jesus was the Lamb of God. How did we end up as a society? Maybe because we watched too many Cadbury Bunny commercials or something. I don't know what it was, but how did we end up as a society having a ritual celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ with the hiding of Easter eggs? And then putting the poor bunny rabbit in harm's way. Happy Easter, y'all. I'm trying to understand, how did we take one of the most violent and unjust deaths on the face of the earth and give a bunny rabbit more credit than we do Christ? Now, this for the Bible thumpers now. Some people, you always talking about church. Well, today's Sunday. It is what it is. We're going to get into a little bit all of it today. So, my thing is this. if Easter was a festival, right? And basically it was a celebration of the resurrection and the rebirth or the coming back of Christ. So in this first segment, this is why I'm explaining Happy Easter in this content. I looked at myself and I asked myself, how can I help resurrect a society that's stuck on rituals? And I said, well, I started with myself, even with Brother Math on the beats. I started right there. Because if I'm to be a person that speaks change, then I have to be a person that's showing change. You know what I mean? So you have to resurrect yourself, right? So regardless of what we want to celebrate, right? Let's not forget why this is even Easter. See, something was given to us. Some people even get to the point now to where we forget that something was given to us. This whole resurrection thing of Christ was a blessing that me personally, I don't believe I deserve. For somebody to lay down their life for my salvation. Because I'm no perfect, I'm no angel, you know what I mean? So with that in itself, I can't get caught up in what they call the festivity or the celebration. I have to humble myself and really thank God for what happened. Now some people want to say, well, man, that didn't happen, that's wrote in the Bible and this. Okay, well, let's that's why I say we talk about a little bit all of it today. Let's put the Bible to the side, because I know people don't want the Bible, man, that was wrote by man. Okay, man, we still men now. We still man and woman. How you want to look at it? All right. So let's check this out. So let's ask ourselves a question. Being that we know that we didn't create the heavens and the earth, and probably 90% of the stuff, I would say 99% of the stuff in our homes, we didn't even create. Outside of that 0.1% of the children and things of that nature, right? But you didn't even create the groceries that you have in your refrigerator, because you ain't went out there and killed nobody's cow to have ground beef. You ain't went and killed nobody's chicken to have chicken in your refrigerator. So miss me with that. Okay? So with that being said, now when we think about resurrecting ourselves, and we want to make put down like what we do a lot of times in New Year's. See, that's like a resurrection too. See, because you say your New Year's resolution, you're gonna do this, that, and third and fourth and so on, right? You're gonna be a better you than you was last year, right? That's basically a resurrection within yourself, because you're saying you're not gonna do the things that you used to do. Some of us say we ain't gonna eat like we used to. Some of us say we ain't gonna drink like we used to. Some of us say we ain't gonna party like we used to do. Some of us say we gonna stop cursing as much as we used to. Whatever that resolution is, that's a resurrection within yourself, because you're breaking down, you're humbling yourself to your own iniquities and transgressions and the things that you feel like hold you back in life. So with that being said, I think we all go through a resurrection. Ali ain't lost his mind. I ain't saying our resurrection is anything close to the resurrection of Christ and what he did and how he died for us. So you can believe that if you want to or if you don't. You know what I mean? I know it's a greater and higher power than me. And I would love to debate with anybody about that. You know, you talk about the Bible and this, that, and the third. Like, God ain't the author of confusion. Let's look at man in our daily walk. Now let's check this out. It's interesting now that since COVID-19 has come to this country, how all of a sudden you can see money thrown around like a tennis ball. It's bouncing off the wall here and there, here and there. And it's good now. Don't y'all get I don't want to get misunderstood before I go into segment 2, but I'm gonna give y'all the introduction to it. Now, I see money thrown around like it's nothing, you know, and rightfully so. My next point in segment 2, we're gonna deal with how is it possible for the richest country in the world not producing the necessities in which it needs for survival, right? We're going to get off into that, right? We're going to get off into this. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in wherever you are across this nation, across the world. Hey, I still say be safe. Do as you are told in your local and state governments. We're gonna get into that into this next segment. But right now, I'm in the mood of giving back. I'm definitely in the mood of definitely giving back. And this next brother that I'm about to play for y'all right now, man, this is a shout out, you know what I'm saying, to all my sisters out there. You know, when you talk about eggs and embryos and you know what they go through to give birth to us, you know, Mother Earth, you know, and when you thinking about anything of that nature, man, it's nowhere in the world that I could have a Easter show or do a Easter anything without having some type of tribute to my sisters out there. And you know, don't get it twisted. You know, I'm talking about, you know, all ethnicities. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro-black. I'm not anti-white, but I am anti anybody that ain't right. So, man, I want y'all to sit back and enjoy this next brother I'm bringing up, man, right now. Brother, been in the game for a while, man, and hey, it's like it's an inspiration to me to be able to, you know, reach out to people, you know, when I want to do some type of giving back, tribute, and you know, and it makes me feel good to know that a brother that's, you know, from an area that I'm from, you know, can actually, you know, keep chasing his dreams, you know what I'm saying, and keep, you know, basically turning his dreams to a reality, you know. And I really appreciate, you know, all the respect, man, and all the love that, you know, I receive from my brothers, man, and my sisters, man, all over the country. But, you know, I'm just trying to get it together right here, man, where, you know, as a people, we can make that change. You know what I'm saying? We can elevate ourselves, you know. And I look at it now like, okay, they keep pushing us in these corners as a society, right? And every time you look around, and it's like through the history, man, they don't treat our women as goddess. You know. And I really, in my heart, and I feel like Mother Earth is tired, God is tired of us. Because woman gives birth to the world. You know what I'm saying? Without that process, how can we ever understand Easter without understanding the only purpose of the egg is when it comes in childbearing, right? That's the only purpose of it. Has nothing to do with a bunny rabbit at all, right? Hey, y'all be good out there, man, and happy Easter to all. And we're gonna get off into this next joint, man. This is artist Joe Smith. You know what I'm saying? Talking to these guys, talking to these women out here, you know what I'm saying? Talking to the mothers of this land. Hey, y'all be good. Enjoy 44MillionENT. Y'all be good.
No, she got a pass, probably got a little mileage, but that don't take away from the fact though, shorty, you a goddess. Queen, if I never seen one, shorty, you the hottest.
You the hottest I've seen, shawty.
Queen, if I never seen one. If I admit it, I miss you. Would you hold that against me? So familiar in my dreams, girl, I'm just reminiscing. My confession's craving your aura adjacent to mine. My investment is genuine, ain't no wasting your time. She got that pretty brown, driving me wild. It's your vernacular, you so immaculate. I know you probably tired of hearing that same old. You know how the game go, riding in a Range Rover. Days long, nights cold, Henny on the rocks. You ain't gotta be perfect, girl, just be willing to love. Appreciating perfect honesty and all of your above. But shawty, won't you be my lady? If you feeling it, then holler, that's the shawty. Speak English, kiss, fresh, dress, tired. Queen, if I never seen one, she is dying. No, she got a pass, probably got a little mileage, but that don't take away from the fact though, shawty, you a goddess. She be on her own shit. Queen, if I never seen one, shawty, you the hottest. You the hottest I've seen, shawty. Queen, if I never seen one. I crave a piece of you, not open for exposure, shawty. You're more than my imagination can handle. See, you want peace within yourself and resolution to your anguish. I admire your courage, and really, you ain't gotta change shit. She be on her own shit, that grown shit alone, shit that most niggas don't get. And she might have a moment where she tell you what she want with respect, and it's all good. Spend the night and I'm coolin'. Say she only know 2 of my songs, but she be grooving to them. Spend the night and I'm coolin'. She say she only knew 2 of my songs, but she be grooving to them. Shout to speak English, kiss, fresh, dress, tired. Queen, if I never seen one, she is dying. No, she got a pass, probably got a little mileage, but that don't take away from the fact though, shawty, you a goddess. Queen, if I never seen one, shawty, you the hottest.
You the hottest I've seen, shawty.
Queen, if I never seen one. Hey, see, she be on her own shit, and she be on that grown shit. She ain't worried about a nigga, know why? Cause she be in her zone shit, yeah. And shawty, you a goddess, yeah, she be on her head. You know, shawty, you the hottest, yeah, girl, yeah. Shawty speak English, kiss, fresh, dress, tired. Queen, if I never seen one, she is dying. No, she got a pass, probably got a little mileage, but that don't take away from the fact though, shawty, you a goddess.
Yeah, man, that was that boy Joe Smith, man. Hey, big shouts out to that boy Joe Smith, Strop City in the building, all day, every day. You know what I mean? Appreciate that song right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Shorty, you a goddess. You got the pretty brown, whatever. I can't hold a note, but I will leave that up to these artists. You know, I can't hold a note in a bucket. You hear what I'm saying? So, Yeah, with that being said, y'all, we gonna go and get in off into this second segment, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's 44 million ENT Truth Talk Radio. Hey, chilling with your boy today, man. Henry Ali. Happy Easter to all. Uh, and we gonna get in off to this second segment. I asked a question before we left, and basically I'm asking, why don't we produce what we need for survival here in this country? All right, so basically, earlier this week, I put out a post about Alexa, and a big shouts out to the homie that sent me uh, that clip. And basically, a guy asked his Alexa, did the United States, cause this coronavirus situation? And they say yes, and basically, Alexa, she told on the government, and you got to think now. We have to all think that somebody inputs this information into Alexa in order for her to, I guess reciprocate that information or give that information back to any question that's asked, right? So, by now, of course, they've inputted different information into Alexa, of course, just like they do everything. You know what I'm saying? It's always some type of cover up. That's just like I've given this example, and it's Happy Easter, and so I guess I had to go and crack the egg open. I guess since we still use that metaphor for some reason, we had to wait till after 9/11. We had to wait till after 9/11 to actually find out what happened during 9/11, right? So what happened was, once we found out what happened in 9/11, we really understood that a lot of innocent people lost their lives after, during 9/11, and even to find out afterwards how the government handled our firemen and policemen and stuff of that nature. You had to go look at the whole thing. Jon Stewart, famous comedian, whatever, a big shouts out to Jon Stewart. He went and helped the firemen and police department and EMTs of New York City to get, basically their reparations. But to get on to this topic, he say, we looking at something now, right? It was something interesting on the news that kind of caught my attention, and it was crazy to be, because I'm like, okay, now what we gonna do with this stuff? Vladimir Putin ended up sending a plane of PPE, personal protective equipment, for our medical, staff who are, that's part of my show today. I'm giving back, and I'm concerned about them also. And it shocked me that, we let a plane come over here from Russia with PPE equipment to protect those who are trying to save us. Now, America, don't act like you are not familiar with tricks and games. Right? Let's go back to the first trick you played. And what you did to the Indians. How when it was winter time and the Indians was running out of supplies and things of that nature, you sent blankets and other things with smallpox in it, right? I hate to go to movies, but Troy is one of my favorite movies, right? And you remember how in Troy the king was trying to invade Troy, and Troy has this big wall or whatever the case may be, and it's hard to breach the wall or whatever, so it was hard to enter the city. So what happened was, one of the king's soldiers or generals, he presented to him an idea to build something as a gift to the city of Troy. Story goes on, basically, they accepted the gift. Of course, the prince, he said no, and the father was like, yeah, come on, let it in, and whatever. So when nightfall came, the people invaded the city of Troy and burned it down. I know people that's tuning in like, Ali, what the hell that got to do with Easter? We're going to get to that. So basically what I'm saying to you is that just because it looks a certain way and it looks like a gift, that doesn't mean that it's always a gift, right? So when you look at jobs and the economy and things of that nature and how it's perceived to us as having a gift. Now look at the gift. Why don't we produce all of the goods and resources we need here to survive here in America? They're outsourced jobs. The pride in it. If you knew what agriculture's and what it went through, agriculture and farmers and things of that nature, if you knew what they went through in order to try to get a tax break here in this country, like, why don't we take care of those people who are taking care of the foods that we are consuming? How do we go to the grocery store and run out of anything? The reason why is because we don't produce those things here in America. And you can see. Now this just ain't Ali talking about it. You can just look and see how General Motors and all these other companies are being put under pressure to build ventilators so people can, get through this pandemic. Now you got people, now check this out. You take home economics out of school. Now you telling everybody to make your own mask at the house. Boy. Come on, man. You take home economics out of school. You take arts and crafts out of school. You take all of these basic necessities out of school. And now you telling everybody to make their mask at the house. Ain't y'all about something, America? Come on, man. Let's be for real. So, with that being said, now you're looking at surgical masks. Now, I wonder now, America, will we wake up and see the importance of putting home economics back into school? Yes, it's nothing wrong with the computer now. It's nothing wrong with it. That's good. That's a fast way to do everything. But if we don't learn how to write and how to sew a button on a shirt and all of this, man, we gonna be messed up in the society if something happen. Thank God the grid system ain't hit. See, because everybody still got access to this internet, got access to your cable, your TV, your Xbox, and all of the stuff and all the pleasures of life in which we enjoy. Netflix, all of that. We got that. But now I say to America, I say to everybody under the sound of my voice, don't get to tripping in these stores and things when you see people without mask on their face. Okay? Think about it, y'all. Let's not build this racial divide that we already tiptoeing on it now as it is. And that's the hierarchy, right? We already tiptoe dancing with it. Let's not make this a racial issue. If you see a brother or sister of any ethnicity and you feel like they need a mask, get them one. If you in the store, go buy them a handkerchief, or go take care of it instead of acting a fool. There's no reason to populate the prisons right now going through this pandemic. What we should be doing as a country is asking the government, why aren't we prepared? We go and bomb Hiroshima. James Brown wrote a song, said the big payback. You talk about nobody want to go to the Bible, and that's cool and everything, but just look at the stories in the Bible. If you don't want to believe it, look at the realities in Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at the realities in, mothers against daughters and fathers against sons. What good are we getting out of it? And God knows this is no hate towards Maury, Judge Mathis, or any of them. I love Brother Judge Mathis. I love this brother for the simple fact that he showed all of us hoodlums and hard heads. If he can change, because he ain't naive to the game. If he can change, well, all of us can. This ain't no Rocket movie or nothing like that. I know Rocket said it, but I'm just saying, this a real life true story. So this ain't no knock to them when I say this, but we'll rather go on these television shows and air out all of our business over what? Now look at our predicament. Now look, the only thing you got now is Amazon. Them 32-inch rims you bought before COVID-19 hit, can't nobody see you shine now. Them brand new diamond teeth you got put in your mouth, can't nobody see you shine now. Them new Gucci shoes you got, can't nobody see. You at the house. And with that being said, I'm gonna take time, cause this mine, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Brother Tyler Perry and all of his efforts, and what he's trying to do for the elderly. I'll take this time to thank that brother for that, because I do have elderly relatives in the South, and I can't contact everybody. The bloodline is so long, So, thank you, Brother Tyler Perry. I don't know, my state was hit hard, you know what I'm saying? Louisiana born and raised. So, hey, I appreciate that, Brother Tyler. And but here we are looking at this situation of production. Now, with that being said, home economics, well, let me tap dance on this a little bit. Now, they talking about our medical staff is on the front line. Well, let's get to this. Now look what we produce. We produced probably one of the strongest militaries in the world. They say our medical field, basically it's being tested right now. It's supposed to be one of the strongest in the world, right? This is what we produce. All right. Well, how about this? See, when God is sick and tired, you can say what you want to say. When God is sick and tired of being sick and tired, he gonna do something. He gonna do something. Now, I can't speak for God, but I'm just looking at the situation from a people standpoint. Our military has been on the front line for centuries. Why do we have a homeless problem of military veterans? Those are the people that you talk about on the front line. Now let's get to it now. After that, then you have, before this pandemic, now y'all look at me now, you have teachers that's on the front line every single day, 5 days out of the week. Our teachers, our school administrators are on the front line every single day, 5 days out of the week. Oh yeah, it get deeper. Now you sitting up now, and I'm not leaving out firemen and police. We already know they underpaid and underappreciated. Now let's get to what we dealing with today, y'all. We got more people on the front line, y'all. We got nurses, doctors, janitors in our hospitals all over this nation, and they are on the front line right now. Well, let me ask you something, America. Have we taken care of our military veterans and their widow spouses? Have we taken care of them? Why did it take Jon Stewart to go to Congress to get proper medical care for our police department and firefighters and EMTs of New York City? Why are our teachers all over this nation underpaid and underappreciated, but definitely overworked? We talking about why don't we produce what we need to survive in this country? But we had an education system that really bonded the child, the parent, and the teacher together versus it being a war with the parent and the child versus the teacher. But au contraire, they at home with all of us now. So I think when school opened back up, every parent in America, we need to go to that schoolhouse and tell those teachers, those administrators, thank you. Thank you. See, because they do it every single day. They do it 8 months, right at 8.5, almost 9 months out of the year. And teachers probably 10, because they got to do their planning and all that stuff 10 months out of the year. They're devoting their time to our young people. Now I refuse, and if I hear of one, of any teacher in this nation suffering with their mortgage, rent, or anything of that nature, please let me know, and I would have them people on my show, and we're gonna get something to Congress, something to their local government or something. This makes no sense. And as teachers buying together, and when you hear about these stories, we shouldn't have not one story. Now look at our EMTs and our nurses and doctors that's on the front line. We better not have one situation where are not well taken care of after this epidemic is past. I think personally these should be government issued jobs, so those we'll have more people to go into the medical field. It shouldn't be so expensive. We learning our lesson. It shouldn't be so expensive to go into the medical field in a field where it's designed to help people. It shouldn't be that difficult. Producing what we need to survive. It shouldn't be so difficult to get into the teaching ramification to help educate our young people. It shouldn't be that difficult. But guess what? We on a pause. We on a reset. And I think it's up to us as families to have our opportunity to put a mold and to put a shape on your family and your young people in your household, as the village. This is a good opportunity for us, y'all. Keep it real with them 100 and 1,000, and I'm telling you, this could be probably one of, let's not look at it, all of it as bad. God rest the souls of those who've lost their life to this COVID-19. God rest their souls, and God, keep the families and hold them, strengthen them where they weak and build them up where they're torn down. I'm not being unempathetic to what's going on. I'm saying, just like with everything else that they say people are on the front line, what do they do to take care of the front line when it's all said and done? Now, I know people, you about to get black, ain't you? Yes, I'm about to talk about something like this. Because just guess who was on the front line when America was the #1 producer in cotton? Who was on the front line? Black folks. You didn't take care of them. 600 years of oppression. Still ain't took care of the situation. See, when God gets sick and tired, he gets sick and tired. Now, you done had so much stuff since slavery where you don't take care of people that's on the front line. But Congress got unlimited medical care, the best medical care in the world. Ain't dodged nan bullet, ain't dodged nan scud missile, ain't stepped on nan trip mine and lost not one limb. And for those who in Congress that did serve the country, they should have full medical coverage. Producing what we need to survive here in this country. Look, y'all, all of us that went through this milk thing. I remember as a child getting Borden's milk. Borden's milk. I'm sorry, y'all. I was a big cereal eater as a kid. But Borden's milk was some of the best milk I ever tasted in my life. Now, here we are. And just like with this Easter thing, how many times are we going to be lied to and accepted? Now, when I was a child, they told you that milk does a body good. Now that I'm an older cat, they telling me now not to even drink milk. Get you some almond milk or, I'm like, well, what happened to milk doing the body good? And as I close this segment, if you look at COVID-19, it attacks, and it really it attacks the lack of vitamin D. And if you look at milk today, I went through this. You look at milk today compared to milk back then, Borden's milk, I just say them, that was pretty good to me. Borden's milk have an expiration date on it. Say, what's the day? April the 12th, right? Boom. April the 14th, you can still drink that Borden's milk, right? You can get some milk today. If it got April 12th on there and you buy it on the 10th, it's probably going to be spoiled on the 11th. Can't even drink it. So when you buy milk out the store today, you better be ready to use it that day. And the reason I said this, y'all, I made me some cornbread, some Jiffy bread, and used the milk one day and come back, and the due date was that day. And I mean, milk just, Lord Jesus, right? My God. So I'm trying to lighten the situation as I move into this last segment. Man, milk is supposed to do a body good, right? So we've been pumping milk all in our bodies all of these years. This COVID-19 thing ain't supposed to, have no effect on us, right? So it was a lie in the process somewhere, right? So let's look at this next thing. Hey, as I get into this last segment, and I close with saying in segment 2 that, I pray for all of the healthcare workers that's on the front line helping fighting this COVID-19 situation, and all of the other ailments that come through you guys' emergency rooms and through your doctor's offices and your medical clinics and all the things, all of the medical that you can think of across the nation and across the world. You know, I salute you guys, and I pray for your safety, and I pray that you just do the best that you can do and understand that God's will is His will. You know what I mean? So put no burden on yourself. Just do your job, do the best you can, and I know you guys are. Um, to all of my people at home, you know, and that's been affected and infected by this COVID-19, on this happy Easter, remember what Easter is all about. You know, it's about being happy. You know, it's about uh, being grateful more so than happy. Really being joyful. I think joy is a better word, you know, because they say weeping endure through the night, but joy comes in the morning. So um, when we think about the resurrection and um, Jesus Christ rising early that morning, um, let's just try to have a better outlook, you know, while this is going on. So let's make plans after this over, you know, which I pray all my brothers and sisters all across the world, we make it through this together. And let's try to resurrect what the purpose of life is, and that's to love one another. You know what I mean? Can't get away from that, no matter how or what type of show I do. So, in closing that segment, hey, I want to just let y'all know, hey, it's love. Hey, I appreciate y'all. And, hey, like, share, and subscribe. Hey, this last part I'm going to get to, man, in giving back, man, I'm going to put it to you like this here. When I first started this, okay, whole YouTube podcast, wanting to get into, I guess, what people call the business or whatever the case may be, right? A person that, uh, even though she's shorter than me in stature, right? I look up to her in so many different ways, you know. And before I get into that, you know, I just want to really say that it's been, you know, it's been a rough road, you know what I'm saying? And what this sister told me was that you know, basically, and it's kind of it kind of goes with Easter, you know what I mean? And she, you know, basically told me that, you know, it's a show me business, and you got to go do it, you know. And you know, we have our differences of opinions, but it's still all out of love. And you know, I admire her so much. And yeah, y'all, I'm bragging, you know what I'm saying? I got me a blue check on my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just clowning. But you know, hey, with no further ado, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do it over here at 44. You know I play that music. But with no further ado, man, hey, I want y'all to sit back, have a few laughs. Hey, this chick right here, she's way funnier than I am, man. Hey, I'm paying tribute today. I'm giving back, you know what I'm saying, to a person that inspired me, you know what I mean? And we'll get into that in segment 3. All right, for sure. Hey, introducing to some, and you know,
A lot of y'all don't know, like, I hated
most,
growing up being a
Miss
Wayne.
Shantae Wayans.
A lot of y'all don't know, like, most of my family, you know, half of them was rich and half of them was poor. Like, I felt like the Cinderella this summer. I used to go out every summer and visit my rich side. I'll be going to red carpets, meeting mad celebrities, going to premieres and shit. Then I had to go back home to the projects. I be looking at my mom like, you don't know how to tell a joke? You don't know how to do this? 2 snaps in a circle? This the easiest Get your goddamn life together, Mom. The only good thing about being a Wayans was I was the only girl in high school that dudes wanted to get pregnant. It's like, that's a Wayans baby. We gonna keep that one. You know, I didn't really understand the power about being a female. You know, like, ladies, we got a lot of power, you know, with all this. Like, I see some of you ladies going into stores, getting discounts and stuff for free. Then I show up in my hoodie and my fitted, trying to get too. They be trying to charge me extra. They be like, that'll be $20. I be like, for some gum? Really? Say 35 cents on the pack. I still got my female-isms. Like, I still love being a lady. I still like to be complimented. Like, I hate having a pretty chick next to me, and they go, oh, she pretty. I be like, what about me? You don't see these? I got double D's on me. You don't see these? I could be on a bus full of dudes. Not one of them will get out of their seat and offer me their chair. I be going 100 miles an hour. They be like, excuse me, dude with the big ass could you please get out of my way? I even get passed up for an ugly chick. And let me tell you something, man. Like, when an ugly chick get a little recognition, she get a little crazy. And let me tell you something. There ain't nothing worse than an ugly, crazy chick. Real shit. And I say that because it's already hard in this gay community. And you got a lot of those gargoyles trying to cross over. Well, let me tell you something, you unattractive. If you are unattractive in a straight world, 10 times out of 10, you are unattractive in a gay world. So stop bringing your ugly ass over to our side. Trying to blame on dudes like, ain't well, we ain't either, okay? We just cuddle first before we kick you out.
Yeah, man. Hey, big shouts out, hey, to my sister, man. Hey, doing big things. And, you know, as I close with today's show, you know, and that's what this was all about, you know, me basically reaching out to those individuals that in a sense of, you know, I hope that, you know, I'm not big on the monetizing things and all of that type of stuff, but hopefully you guys will go and check out Math on the Beats on YouTube, and you might can hit him up with a message and find out. He might be on Instagram. Y'all know how this work better than me. But artist Joe Smith, go check him out. He's on YouTube, Instagram, things of that nature. I'm actually following Joe Smith on Instagram. Math, if you can reach out to me, man, 44MillionENT on Instagram. Boom, we'll link up like that too. This last segment, hey, when you talk about growth and you talk about real, you know, I really take my hat off to my sister Shantae Wayans, and to know that the pressure in which she has endured from birth, man, you got to understand that's comedy royalty, you know what I mean? And to see her growth, you know, that's been a beautiful situation. And y'all, please, whatever y'all do, follow Shantae Wayans at @CWayans on Instagram and all of the platforms. Okay, if you can't find her that way, you can go on 44MillionENT. I follow her. She follow me. You know, I'm so happy. That was like the best Easter. That was like when I woke up. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even know nothing about Easter egg hunting no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? But to open up and see that egg, and to see that, you know, hard work pays off, you know. And I really appreciate that from Shantae. A big shouts out my sister. You know, you and Ida keep clowning, keep doing your Instagram special. I believe it's on Mondays at noon, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all go to @CWayans at Instagram and find out that information and keep up with my sister. But basically, to end the segment and end the show today, I want us to all understand that giving back is not a sickness, right? I said something about this earlier. When you don't want to give back, that's something like what I call conigavirus. That ain't got nothing to do with coronavirus. That's conigavirus. When you don't want to acknowledge and want to give back and want to help people, and not realizing that somebody helped you to get where you are in life. And I think that's probably the biggest crippler of my people. And when I say my people in that sense, I'm saying black folks. We all God's children. But it's just astonishing to me that you reach out to people and some people forget that it's the people that made you the stars that you are today. In that sense, yes, God gave you the talent, but if nobody was receptive to your talent, what would you be? So that's why I give shout outs and things of that nature to those who I know from firsthand that are humble and grateful for the opportunities that they have to entertain in front of people, to speak in front of people, to actually work in some of these medical facilities and things of that nature. Teachers for sure, you know what I mean? To know these people and to know that they do have an impact on the world, but they do remain humble and put God first in everything that they do. Regardless of how you might think that the ritual that you do at your denomination is better than anybody else's ritual, we need to stop fooling ourselves and think that we are under some type of separate religion. It's only one God. Why we keep playing around so much? We go at these pagan holidays, and if you look at the equinox and see how the equinox, not only did it come on March 20th of this year, and look at the definition and how we say what Easter means. Okay? So let's stop playing with these words. That's just like you telling a child in an apartment complex about Santa Claus, and then you don't even have a chimney for Santa Claus to come down. See, we go at these festivals and these rituals, and we actually forget about what the season or what we supposed to be celebrating is all about. So in trying to help resurrect, a society, I felt like something was given to me. So I felt like as being able and being blessed to see another Easter holiday, it was only obligated by me having this platform at 44 million to only give back today. So that's why I'm shooting out the support, and I do support these people. You know what I mean? I'm subscribed, like whenever they in town, I try to go check them out. You know what I mean? And there's a few more out there, and I want us all to understand that no matter what, God is in control. The vaccine that needs to be presented has been presented. And that's the vaccine of love to cure this conigavirus that continues to go on. There's no reason for us to sit up and try to always now focus on the bad when we have an opportunity now in our society and in our cultures, plural, to find out something good in which will unify each culture so we can resurrect God's intention and his purpose for sacrificing his son, in which we call a celebration today of Easter. Understand, something was given to us. And as we go forward from this Easter and every Easter, here on out, y'all, we need to just give back. Alright? Every day. As much as possible. You know what I mean? Hey, once again, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This has been a broadcast, man, brought to you by 44MillionENT. Truth Talk Radio. Chilling with your boy Henry Ali. And, you know, I know when I rose this morning, you know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, you know, look, I'm gonna let it speak for itself. Hey, all I can tell y'all is be good. It's been another blessing. Y'all better know what time it is. Yeah. God bless.